Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to share an experience that I had last week as we were switching insurances. Cadence has been getting real food blends since May of 2019. So the entire time that we had the real food blends, we were never billed for it. So either our Kaiser insurance covered real food blends or they partially covered and then Medi-Cal covered the rest because with Cadence's disability, she does have Medi-Cal coverage, and so they will cover anything that has to do with her disability. I wasn't very happy with Kaiser, and I've heard so many good things about Anthem and like PPOs, and we're now with a PPO. And so I made an appointment with the GI doctors over at Chalk because the first thing I had to do is get her food and get all of her feeding supplies. So last week I called our DME, our new DME that we're using through Chalk, and I tried to order our first month of supplies. Well, apparently with the DME that Chalk uses, which is OSO, they don't supply real food blends. Well, they supply it, but my insurance now doesn't cover it. And they told me that Medi-Cal doesn't cover real food blends because it's food. When I was told that there was no way that I was going to get the real food blends and I wouldn't get any help with it, it would basically be me paying out of pocket. So for a 12-pack of the real food blends, which is one box, Cadence goes through that within 4 days, it would be $60. And so every month I get 8 boxes. 8 boxes would have cost me $500. I tried to get a hold of Medi-Cal. I was just like calling everybody, calling my health insurance. I called Anthem, I called Medi-Cal, I called the lady at Chalk, I called OSO Healthcare. I even reached out to Real Food Blends like on Instagram, and I was asking them like if they knew anything about Medi-Cal, if they knew anything about it being offered like covered through any kind of insurances besides Anthem, who covers it, that kind of stuff. And they told me basically no, Medi-Cal absolutely will not cover it. They said that my best bet was to try to apply for CCS for Cadence. But I would have to start all over again with formula, have everything documented, let the doctors know that there's an intolerance, let her get constipated so that I can tell the doctors. Like, I basically had to document everything that she had already went through in order for them to be able to prescribe her real food blends and for it to be like a legit prescription and to have my insurance cover 80% of it, and then I would be liable for 20%, and still with 20% I would be paying $100 a month. We've come so far. We found a product that works for her, that she doesn't have an intolerance to, and to see how much she's progressed like with her eating and how much it helped her, like how could I go back? And to hear that you have to pay $500 in order to get this product that's going to help your child, how do you not pay that? Or how do you not find other options to help them? And so I was just like so discouraged. I was so bummed out. Like, I just felt like I hit a wall, and I was just so frustrated with the system. And all I can do was cry because there was nothing else I can do. I really did start to think like, oh my god, I made a huge mistake by leaving Kaiser. Maybe Kaiser wasn't as bad as I always thought it was. I only had 3 options. Number 1 is to pay $500 a month so that Cadence will get the real food blends. The second option was applying for the CCS and then going, like, making her go through that whole ordeal again. And I couldn't do that to her. Like, I don't want her to be uncomfortable, in pain, and then for her to take like 2 steps back because her stomach is hurting, she's constipated, and now she doesn't want to eat. And so all the progress that we made these past 6 months is just going to be like gone to shit. The third option was doing a blenderized diet, and that kind of scared me because I have no idea what I'm doing. I wouldn't even know where to start. And so I made an appointment with a nutritionist at Chalk so that they can walk me through how I would start a blenderized diet. To me, that was the best option, and I would just have to learn how to do it, just like I learned how to do the G-tube. Sunday, we had a guest speaker at our church, and the message was that God doesn't respond to need, God responds to faith. And for whatever reason, that like really resonated with me. And I had already filmed this video, like when this was happening, Friday, when I was making calls to follow up on like different things that different places that I have called and stuff like that. I had made like a very angry video, and I hadn't edited it yet by Sunday. I was gonna be editing it this week to put up. And after hearing the message, it just completely changed my point of view, and it just like completely changed my mood and my perspective about this whole situation. I felt like that message was just like talking to me because of the whole situation that we were going through. I feel like all day Thursday and all day Friday, I was reaching out to everybody that I could to try to get the help that I needed for my daughter. You know, once I just gave it to God, and decided to move forward with the best option that I had seen at the time, which is the blenderized diet. It restored my faith in the choice that I made to leave Kaiser and go to a PPO. And it kind of made me feel like God is fulfilling his promise and what he has in store for her. And by just giving it up to God and deciding on a path to move forward and putting my faith into that decision, I feel like it's part of the plan moving forward. Cadence is going to be completely off of the G-tube. She's not going to be relying on it. It's going to be completely taken out. She's going to be eating everything orally. She's going to be healthy, and it'll be like she never had it. She probably won't even remember it, and that's what God has reserved for her later. And by right now putting my faith into that, putting my faith into my decision to change PPOs, to make the decision that it's fine, all of these doors were closed. Medi-Cal doesn't cover it, but this is the right step to make because we're going to be on a blenderized diet, and this is going to help her even faster. Putting my faith into that is setting into motion us fulfilling God's plan and him fulfilling, her journey even faster than if we had stayed with Kaiser and were too afraid to change and to try a blenderized diet or, make the decisions that we've made, if that makes sense. And so that's kind of where my thought process went. And so that's why I decided to refilm this video, because I was like so angry about it until I realized that I'm fighting something that I shouldn't be fighting. This isn't my fight, It's all up to God. Continue to have faith and move forward with the process, So I just wanted to share that story with you guys, because it was like an emotional roller coaster. And some people might think like, what's the big deal? It's just food or whatever, but you got to remember that Cadence, she can't eat orally. Like, that is her primary nutrition. And so that's something that we deal with every single day, 3 times a day. That's what she eats 3 times a day. And so it's a huge deal because it impacts our life every single day. This was really important to me, and this meant a lot to me. And so I just wanted to share it with you guys. And just thank you for hearing me out. I know it's long, so I'm sorry. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.